Today it's been all about the women's semi-finals earlier on. Tomorrow.
Very exciting potential spin move. Again, Meirigen has...
We briefly explain it as we just watch a nice 3D rendition of this boulder. So we start with those green lines on the wall. They have to be in a controlled, stable position. Be able to move off. So there is the start. Each green line indicating a limb that the athletes begin on. They then travel left across the wall towards that zone hold. That'll be the first point scoring opportunity for them. And then there is the top. The final hold on the wall, they have to match it with both hands, control it. Let's see how this young 19-year-old can do.
And we start off, it's not a massive coordination move, but it is a coordination. You have to jump, get the two holds with your hands, touch the volume with the other foot. If you just came into a final, you're pretty shaken. It's quite nice to pull on in a very secure position as opposed to doing a coordination move. I'm not sure if Futaba knows that she can kick off the right wall first, but she's going...
Historic venue here in Meirigen. Futaba Ito getting established again. You can see her reaching out with the right hand to touch that starting hold in that control position. Goes slightly higher before dropping back down. That little red screw on, you can see bumping her hand down. Very blind for the athletes, hard to see around that corner.
Yeah, you just have the cue from the crack in the volumes. Now let's see, can she get her face? Her face is right in the corner. That's the center of gravity follows where you put the face. She does come around the volume there, got the press. Let's see if she can get up. These holds are not good, and it is a double press. You cannot pull at all in this section. Your only friction, reaching straight through.
She has got the zone points indicated by that yellow bar down in the bottom left, halfway for a zone, and it will fill up all the way to the top if she tops out this boulder.
Take a look at her left hand there. Her fingers are just a bit too extended to really activate the arm. She needs to get a little bit more grip on that left hand. She is really, the idea is to step up and go to the top, but you can see that left hand is just not as happy as she needs it. That little finger's dragging off. Let's see if she can fix it and then pull hard to go up.
Jump from a long way. Going to be thinking about stopping soon. 10 seconds, she's still throwing us up at the wall, shakes her head, she's done. So to get in, her last finals was in Moscow for the World Championship, so this is her second finals in a row. A real step up in her climbing performance. And straight away getting onto the boulder and established to start things off.
Yeah, it finds that right foot to make the jump a lot easier. It's very high to jump straight onto the volume.
And we watch Futaba Ito going upwards onto that red volume. Andrea deciding not to use it initially, goes straight down to the black.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like she might get that knee trapped if she tries to lean across. So standing on the volume is probably going to be the way it will work.
And you can see it adjusting there. That blind hold, we can see it. She can't.
Very uncomfortable. Her foot's just not quite at the right angle to open the hip out. She is still making it through the amazing effort.
Getting great support from the crowd, as you'd expect here in Switzerland.
Leading with the feet. Let's see if she thinks to go down to the undercut. She's looking up.
It's dual texture on that top hold. That's no friction.
Can't hold on there. Oh, she finds the undercut, so she'll be a bit more secure now to come around. But again, she'll get the palm okay. Now can she get her body weight in and around? Trying to come left, driving all from the left leg and the right palm. There's no pulling here. It's very confusing.
Now that zone is unlikely to count. You have to control.
But it's not a slab, so you can't just balance and relax. You have to really hold the pressure, pushing with the feet, pushing with the hands. It really tires your core out.
It's fairly reachy, this as well. And you can see just creeping out with the left hand.
Going for a different method here. Oh, the fight there. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. That is a real try-hard moment there from Andrea Kamin.
But 20 seconds to go now. She needs to find a zone to get herself onto the scoreboard. Eyes it up now, 12 seconds. Clock ticking relentlessly down. She comes off and she won't have the time. So Andrea, a good fight.
The fingers to stay on, it's really a lot.
So Stasha 24 from Serbia. Straight onto the wall, and I always think of Stasha as more of a powerful climber, and yet she's fantastic at figuring out these slab problems.
Absolutely fantastic. Anything that really involves the whole body, some sort of coordination, or some slight nuance can be a massive dyno, but your hips have to be in the right position to do it. Let's see now, Stasha managing to get across without the under.
We reckon most of this small town of Meirigen's population is in this hall right now. Only 4,500 people live here. A lot of them are screaming for the athletes here tonight, creating a wonderful atmosphere for us to be part of. As Stasha Geho, with 24 seconds to go, she'll be wanting a zone.
She did touch the zone before. I'm not sure if she was, no, she wasn't granted it.
Touch, but didn't control, didn't use it.
Right.
And looking a little bit confused. Not sure who she's talking to there, but frustrated. Oriane is wonderful to watch because of sometimes how inconsistent she is. She can do incredible things and then have a complete meltdown on stage. Some of that is due to her age and experience, but she's maturing and she's getting better and better every year.
Yes, absolutely, certainly. And as well, I would state she is one of the most stylized climbers at this level. It's really amazing to see how, look at it right now, she's figuring this out in a completely different way to any of. See if she can get herself together.
Yeah, Oriane perhaps overhyping herself here, really. Getting very pumped up for this move. She's tried it a few times. Again, she's going to pop. Better this time, though. More in control. Makes it work. Drops that foot backwards. She's got 38 seconds to get to the zone. Trying to find a solution.
She goes down to the undercut, but she was innately aware this is not the right body position.
So she was looking at the clock as she was falling. This is her last chance. That tape dangling off her leg. She put that on just to stop the bleeding. Now comes into the red undercut. She'll try the same thing, this movement, and not this time for Oriane.
She knew it wasn't the one that time.
Well, we told you it'd be a roller coaster with her, and it was.
Hitters, this is the matchup that I want to see.
Fernand's been hyping this moment all day, and he's right, because Natalia versus Janja, I think we're going to watch replay throughout this season, both on the lead wall and the boulder wall.
Yeah.
Struggling with this start.
Yeah, most athletes aren't looking at the right wall, so you really do disadvantage yourself. It's a very high jump. If you can't tell, this first volume is above Natalia's hip height, nearly at her chest height. So climbers, Futaba was able to make this jump, but Natalia has to jump so much higher. She finds the right wall. There we are. I'm sure she'll be kicking herself a little bit for that mix-up, but no time for that. Needs to get on and send this boulder.
Showing her experience, though, to go. She was almost like she changed her mind mid-movement there to go to that right wall. So a minute and a half gone for her. She now needs to make progress because she's given herself a little less time to work this out, but she will. She's not an athlete to be down on herself. She's experienced enough to know that you have to pick up, forget what's happened, and just focus on the moment.
Yeah, she is. I wouldn't say she's the oldest athlete, but she has got the experience, or at least she makes use of it.
Comp wisdom, let's call it.
Wisdom.
So Natalia palming up with the right hand, now pressing to get around that corner. So awkward into the zone.
Such awareness there to come around the corner, fantastic.
And she will get points for that. And now really the crux sequence to this, although it hasn't felt like it.
Great lock off in the right shoulder there. She has got this left hand in a good way. It does look quite hopeful for the last move.
Natalia Grossman attempts to get a foot up on that half moon volume, chooses the left. Now she'll press, she goes for the jump.
Oh, maybe she'll find another way to put the foot. Let's see.
She's got 50 seconds to do it, and it took her a while to get to that position in the first place, and Natalia Grossman is running out of time. Will she have figured it out? Can she do it quicker? Now she knows the sequences. She's certainly moving better.
Fantastic pull through there. You can see she switches the right hand, drops the hips down, and then moves the feet. It's very cool to watch.
But shaking with the tension. 27 seconds on the clock. It will be enough time. She knows what has to be done here, but this is likely to be the last shot. 20 seconds. Crowd pushing her on now. She gets set up once again. Will she go with the right hand? Chooses the same beater. Up she goes and just pops off that left foot.
Unfortunately, she knew she needed more strength in that left arm, and so she doesn't put her foot up at the same angle as she did before, and unfortunately...
In almost every competition she's entered in the last few years, people expect her to win, and often she does.
Often she does, and you can see an absolute display of power there, as she doesn't use the right wall, but still manages to leap straight onto that first volume.
Janja tops 82%
Unfortunately,
of finals bowlers.
There was a technical issue there. I think she didn't establish on all holds.
So the judge
had to pull her
calling her
down.
back.
That's
better.
We had one foot that was away before the other.
Really paused to make it clear to the judges there that she was on the boulder.
Oh, yeah.
And that's that controlled, stable position we were talking about.
Now, let's see. We all very aware Janja Gambre has the power. Does she have the understanding of body position? Let's see as she comes around here. Yep, there it is. That was it. That was the understand. She did it. Yeah.
Yeah. No problems for her. And now let's see how she does this. We haven't seen anyone
again,
top out.
Strong in that left hand. Let's see if she overextends while putting the left foot up statically. Very exciting there from Janja Gambre.
Well, Janja Gambre tops out Boulder number 4, and that is a pretty big statement of intent for this finals. Every time I see Janja Gambre come on, athlete out on stage, let's have a look at Boulder number 2, and this wonderful 3D render that we have available to us. You can see how overhanging that wall is. Starting down low, the start hold, again, indicated by the blue circle and green lines for each limb. And then this first move, it's either going to be a throw to the right. We think the athletes might try some other more static methods, perhaps laybacking that initial volume. The zone, that big grey volume. And then coming out all the way to the top.
The top, you're doing a press at nearly 3 meters high. It's you really have to have your head together for it. Let's see what method they go for in this first move. There are multiple ways to go about it. It does not look easy or straightforward at all. Let's see what Futaba Ito decides to do.
Futaba Ito never getting a podium. Managed to get a zone on that first boulder. Hasn't figured this out yet, has a minute and a half to do so. Where's the point where an athlete will 12 seconds, just going to carry on, doesn't give up, does she?
One more go, see if she can get a bonus, that's it.
Oh, sticks it this time, 2 seconds.
Oh no, she'd be very upset with that. Fantastic effort.
Golds, no silvers, no bronze yet, no podiums. How much would that lady love to be standing on any step of the podium here tonight? I think the party might go long into the night if that's the case. So we
strength and technical ability to do every boulder here. Unfortunately, can you do it after have only briefly seeing it and you only have 4 minutes?
The time is such a huge factor in this because, forget the time, Andrea Kumino makes the move work. Now she's into the zone. Has a little rest for the heel.
Gather herself here.
Using a knee bar, that's where you press your knee into the wall in order just to get a rest, take some pressure off your arms. Sometimes a vital part of a boulder built in to the structure of it. Swaps feet. Gets that zone and then pops to the crimp, which is good.
It's a good crimp, but such a big fight with this grey volume. It's doing its absolute best to push you off the wall.
Oh, the margins on that heel are small, but she makes it stick, removes the hand. Matches now, and she'll be looking to go out right with the palm.
High heel, scary move out right here. Makes it work, gets the shoulder engaged. Let's see now, can she rock up onto that left hip? She's in such an intense place right now. Fighting, absolutely fighting.
So Andrea digging deep. 1 move to go. She needs to bring her feet back into play. She'll press up. There it is, the left engaged. Reaches up, so close, fingertips brushing that hold.
Wow.
Bit of a smile to herself. She will go back though, but there's not a lot of time to complete this boulder, 30 seconds. I think she'll call it a day soon, and she does. So that is Andrea coming down, but zone and a good achievement on that hard.
So hard to relax and just try to think, okay, this is where I need to be, this is where my hips are. So difficult to do that.
So Stashigeo comes out. She'll put the slab behind her. We saw the frustration on her face. She'll enjoy this kind of a move, though. Just sets herself up for it. Comes across. Came close.
Where she wants that left foot, she's thinking about where her body position is. But that left foot, that push you get really helps. So does she want the push from the left foot, or does she want to be leaning left? Or is she going to go for a... No, she's not going to go for a static method.
Well, there is another... That static method is potentially viable, but she thinks better of it. Nearly got it. Fell over her own chalk bag as well.
Shocked there by her.
Static or stick with the dyno.
I think she's going to keep with the dynamic method. Here we are. And perfect. Absolute excellent display of learning from your previous attempts. Now taking a second, as did Andrea, gathering yourself, because this part is very intense.
Out to the right-hand crimp, makes that work, gets the left heel in. Again, takes a moment to rest. She's got 2 minutes 15, plenty of time for this and another attempt. Now this palm move out to the right, it is scary. Stash has dealt with injuries before. Sometimes that gets in her head. No issues this time as she comes down, but it is a...
You want to have your neural system relaxed and ready. It's not the type of move you can endlessly go at.
So Stasha makes the jump work this time. Quickly comes in. She'll know that clock is counting down. She's got more time than she thinks, though.
Yeah, it's quite rushed at the moment. She does have a good amount of time. Issue with the finger. Potentially, this could be a problem. A lot of climbers, when they blow a pulley,
so a worry for Stasha.
Surprised what they've done. It might be something to do with the tape on her finger, but there is the potential that she has damaged one of the thing. But they bend their finger and they think this isn't right. This isn't how it normally bends.
So Oriane Berton joins us on stage. Let's see what creative beta she uses through this section. It's going to be interesting.
I'm very excited to see this.
She does have that nervous, excited energy whenever she walks onto the stage.
I think she's read the beta and she knows that she's going to be okay at this, or at least she's confident. She's ready to have a...
Aim of bouldering, of course, is to finish these climbs on the top of the wall. Points awarded along the way, and she makes it work, and now quickly through.
Yeah, that's that double paddle. She just kicked the volume briefly, and she thought, I want to get to this good hold. I'll go there first. Big fight with the grey volume. One of the smaller climbers really has to deal as this thing pushes her body out from the wall. She's trying to grip the other side, get some friction. It's a very big distance for her. Unfortunately, very difficult there to try to reach up to this.
And we've got the world's best for you. Oriane's got 38 seconds left.
Makes the move straight to that hold. She wants to be there to relax, but she knows she doesn't have a lot of time. She'll have thought about this volume. She's going to go more dynamic to try get around, as opposed to this fight that she didn't want to be in earlier. A knee bar rest there, very fancy. Yeah, very, very fancy.
It's just the reach over to the right. Problem with that knee bar is it does kind of restrict your movements if you're going right.
Yeah,
I know she's starting to unlock it, but it's Boulder one quickly. She'll have skin, she'll have energy left. Let's see what she can do here as she gets herself set up and ready. This is her kind of a move, this dynamic, flicky style, and there immediately making it count. Straight into the resting position and fast through it. She doesn't need to rest, she hasn't been climbing very much.
Very confident there in the crimp. Is she going to jump without the foot? That would be exciting. She's not, though. She's going to be smart and put the left foot on. Now let's see as she drives those hips up, gets into the comfortable position on the shoulder and into the top. Not a bother at all for Janja Gombre.
Yeah, Janja continues her run of complete dominance here in the World Cup climbing scene. This is a statement, it really is. Janja has come centimeters and 71% tops in finals. Natalia Grossman not making the Olympics.
Wow.
This time around.
Display of
a series of moves designed just to throw them off a little bit.
I think a little bit more than a little.
Yeah.
They're really designed to throw them off, and we've got a lot more coming. Makes the double paddle work. Excellent. And then casually up to the next hold. She'll be very relaxed. Went to put a knee bar in and realized She has a big hole in her knee, so I'll just put the side of my knee in. Let's see now. She comes into the intense part of this climb. Looking quite comfortable in that left hand.
Yeah, I noticed a few of the athletes have got a war wound on their left leg from an earlier semi-finals problem, and now, though, she's pressing upwards. We saw Futaba Ito get to this stage. What can Natalia do? Looking more confident, standing up, left hand pressing into the top, needs the match to get the points, and does. Head back to the crowd. A first top for Natalia Grossman, and that will get her right up the leaderboard into second position, well, first position until Yanya comes out.
Until.
We'll be out. Let's check out this boulder. There's our 3D rendition.
So this is what may be the new exciting boulder, but we do theorize that they are going to go for the intentional method. This very exciting hole to stand on. Just a nubbin, a little thumb sticking out. You put your toe on and then coming across in here, and this last move should be pretty exciting to watch. Very dynamic, very.
There is a trick that the route setters have put in here. Futaba Ito checks it out. Now there's a potential spinning move coming up here. The route setters designed this boulder so the athletes rotate back to the audience. But will the athletes have figured it out? Because it is not a normal, in quotation marks, move, this.
Definitely not a normal move. Again, part of this reputation of Meirigen, trying to be different, trying to push route setting in new directions. Now Futaba has found the toe and leans across. Now is the point where she makes the decision. You can see in her eyes that she wants to go down there. She's taking a sec, trying to match the foot. If she can make this foot match, then she's in a very good place. The route setters, if you might be able to see, there is a yellow hole just left of the one that you're standing on, which is intentionally designed to stop the foot match. Futaba, though, does not care what the route setters think.
She has broken the beater on that boulder. I mean, look, when there's a trick, route setters often have other methods to do it. They don't want the athletes just hitting a brick wall. But it's interesting how often they'll break the beater on a boulder, find their own way through it, figure out the problem.
For sure, it's one of the best parts about the sport of climbing. People often express that things should be done in a certain way, but no, that's absolutely not the truth. Everybody has their own skill set, their own morphology. Futaba, very big reach for her there. Just knowing that your time is counting down, to have the presence and patience to slowly, because you cannot do that fast. They've blocked the top of it. You can't jump. You have to slowly wiggle it on. Very, very difficult.
Yeah, looking for lightning to strike twice, really. And that's what she's attempting here. Wiggles her feet. There's so much going on within her body that you can't really even see. So many little minute muscle fibers firing.
And you can see she's crimping the corner of the left wall. Makes it work now. Now let's see, can she manage through this next section? She can't quite reach this hole, so she has to pounce. But can she keep her weight in? She can. Throws the left foot up to lock into the wall.
6 seconds,
6 seconds and finds the volume. 2 more moves left. Oh, she's going for it.
Tops
out.
It.
That is a top for Futaba Ito.
She gets confirmation of that. What a moment. Seconds to go. Will she, though? She pauses. Our scoreboard not being updated yet. Was it within time? She waits on stage, heart in her mouth. Will she be awarded this top? And it looks like it's a no for Futaba. She was just outside of the time.
There is a very unhappy crowd right now.
Oh, you could tell.
They do not like the decision of the judge.
This is going to be appealed, I guarantee it. So, watch this space judges have here. There's no denying it. It's one of the most pressurized job descriptions in the room. We'll see. Andrea Kumin gets her third boulder underway. So Andrea Kumin into this move. This is the one we've talked about with the possible rotation. She's going to do the foot swap though as well. Brings the left foot in, and that's the method. Now though, she's got to work her foot into, you can see almost standing. And once again, Pox holds it with the shoulder press. Andrea Kumin really stepping up her game here tonight. She takes a moment to pause, chalking up with the chalk on her thigh. Can she keep this together? We know that this top is doable at this stage. Once she gets to that final jug before the jump to the top, it should be over. If Andrea manages to flash this, it will do wonders for her podium chances here tonight. Crowd getting behind her, they know what this means. Pops, can she hold it? She does, one step closer. Matches with her hands now, edges her way across the wall, palming down, really one move to go on this boulder. Once she gets this next jug, this could be it. We're still on her flash attempt. Unbelievable scenes here as an Andrea. Once she gets that jug, it should be over. Pops up, holds it, body rotating fully backwards on the wall. How are her shoulders not come out of place?
Andrea Kumin was not letting go there, and she gets a top for herself on boulder number 3.
What a moment for her. That is a top.
That is a display of power and determination. So
now onto the stage to attempt this boulder. What a women's final.
This is really quite dramatic. Stasha now comfortable on this more angled volume, really used to using her feet. Now let's see though, she's one of the larger athletes, so she's trying to fit into this corner. It's going to be much more difficult for her.
Yeah, you can see almost went for the move, thought better of it, needed to stop. Oh, she's almost falling off every time, trying to trust that right foot.
So confident on her feet to take these slips, but still go on through, finds the corner. Very impressive. Now she's looking for a foot match. Twisting. Oh!
And that's that rotation. We saw Andrea attempt the same thing.
She's very uncomfortable on this move. You can see she doesn't want to turn left. She really wants to go to the right. That's what her training has taught her. And it's an internal fight right now.
Twists in with the feet, 18 seconds to go. Will she have one more attempt at this? She has time. Up she goes again. Stasha not one to let things go. Crowd behind her with 10 seconds remaining. Finds the right foot. Will she drop down? Twists in, gets it this time, coming closer, but the clock ticks down to 0. She runs out of time. That's her dad there and coach clapping. 58% tops in finals for her, 164 centimeters. Up she comes. Quick to get started.
Great work there, standing up on the higher volume. She is shorter, so it's a bit more difficult for her to do it. But she walked up, she found the closer position. Crimps the inside of the wall there. Now, here we are. You can see the different thoughts going through the athlete's brain. What is the solution here? She's feeling around and trying to understand what are the options. Going for a toe match. Not quite enough yet. Now she's committed to the match. Makes it work. Fantastic there. That was amazing. Not sure if you caught it, but she actually opened her left hip at the right second. Otherwise, she would have just careered off the wall. Now on through, looking very comfortable here, not rushing. She knows she has a lot of time. She's breathing. She knows what to do for this next move. Let's see now, can she execute?
Yeah, this is the last tricky part of this boulder. Once she gets the jug, it should be over. High up on the wall with a high right foot.
Leaning into the volume, different method from Futaba. Is she going to find the palm and go back down? She is. Wriggle it onto the hold. Now it's a jump.
Ariane gets set for this pop, finds it with the left hand, rotating out, but not quite as much as Andrea Kumin. And up she goes onto that final hold. Ariane Berton gets a top in tonight's finals.
Big smile there. She's very happy with that one. And there we go. She did the climb that we all said was out of the box, and she figured out a way.
Natalia Grossman out on stage. What can she do with this boulder? Nice to see lots of tops. And Natalia will be looking to cement her position.
Very casual on these first volumes. They are not at a good angle, but she just commits, stands very happy, going for the toe match. Let's see now the thoughts in her head. trying to find somewhere to position the shoulders. Decides against the toe match. Now we're going down. So hard to keep the hips into the wall right now. Makes it work though. Very, very impressive. But now we've got the same toe match, a bit easier. Makes it work. Natalia Grossman setting up for the final section of this boulder.
Such balance there, that left foot high up on the wall. And now comes into this side pull. Fingers dancing across, gets a palm on. Now needs to match, looks upwards at the jug. She will need a big jump. It's going to be a long way for her as well.
Yep.
Another moment to rest, finding every opportunity.
Little fight there with the volume just to get that shoulder in. A little bit more how she wanted. Ready for the jump. Not a bother for Natalia Grossman.
Now sticks it and it should be over. Needs the match, gets it. Easy work for Natalia. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. She'll remain up on that top spot of the podium until Janja comes out to join us. So Natalia exits.
Make sure she doesn't fall off the boulder.
Now Janja has a move named after her, that Janja flick. She compensates for momentum. Will she utilize it here? This spin move, very Janja, always working out different methods, different ways to get through the boulder. She's certainly thinking about some kind of a spin here.
She's going fast.
Slow in now. Now looks like she's going to drop, what she does. Very similar to Natalia. Left foot not quite as high up. Oh, that dual texture wood surface. Thought about stepping on it. Not a great idea.
Not a great idea. She's going to make the foot match. She did bring the foot in, but realized it's a dangerous pounce to the next hold. So better to match the foot and now come up in a more static way to this hold.
Janja's so experienced. She's not going to be risking it unnecessarily at this stage. There should be a flash for her now.
And now into the pan. Let's see her jump up to the Gaston. This will be Janja's bread and butter.
Oh, and it is, but she has to fight the momentum. Almost dropped it there. Came all the way around. Matches.
Wow.
Great job from Janja.
The display of power right there. She pulled harder than she expected to on this hold, and then saved it by bumping the right palm up and then just pulling the shoulder right the way in. That was absolutely incredible.
She stays at the top. 3 tops out of 3 for Janja in just 4 attempts. What a performance from her. Natalia Grossman, she had a top on that women's 3 competition in 4th. So, next boulder. Let's have a look at it. And what a thing of beauty this is. That, well, how many volumes are stacked
it's,
up there?
5 now, I believe.
5
We did think
volumes.
it was 4, but it is actually 5. So the start holds, they are pretty good. And then you make a dynamic move up to this left hand. And then somewhat of a static campus into the next, then big dyno towards the zone. And then the top is no giveaway either, into some small crimps and a massive shoulder.
Minutes left of her 2022 Meirigen World Cup. So Danan, we're going to talk a lot about momentum in this boulder because that's what you have to generate for this move, this jump to the right.
Yeah, so here we are. She makes a strong campus, but now she needs to initiate a swing. She wants to swing her hips left, right, and left. On the left, you match the hold and jump to the next. You need to get your foot on this massive 5 volumes stacked up. Find a see this gun show against her back. It's fantastic. One of the best parts of it climbing.
So one last attempt probably as the clock ticks down. 17 seconds to go. She matches, driving off that left foot. Problem is, when you're kicking off that left foot, it's almost sending you away from the wall.
Yeah, she did actually find a good method there where she matched, she kept the left foot in so she could statically match and then therefore take this 2-part move.
4 minutes stand between her and her first medal. Wonderful scenes here in
The
Switzerland.
crowd is getting involved.
There she goes, she's 3rd at the moment. Sticks this. Quite a physical campus to get her established. Legs swinging. How much has Boulder 3 taken it out of her? Now she's got to find some swing, kicking off the wall. Matches the flick down.
Didn't quite get the
Kuhlmann. She goes again, 46 seconds. She's biding her attempts, allowing her body to recover. Looking better now, swinging
Looking
out.
better now.
Oh, what a big fall as we say that.
Oh, great attempt there from Andrea. She drove that momentum with the hips. Unfortunately, the arms weren't quick enough to react, and then she swung under herself because she didn't get this pull from the arms. She's going to give it one more go, though. Why not? Last boulder, last day.
Exactly. You can rest tomorrow. Who needs skin? Andrea Kumin, 15 seconds to go. Can she pull out some magic here? The Swiss crowd behind her starts to generate that swing. Matches statically. She's just going to have to launch for it. 4 seconds to go. 3, misses, falls. Andrea's competition is done. And she leaves it in the hands of the other athletes, but she's done all she can do.
Getting comfortable with what beta she wanted to choose. Now she's had to compose herself. Let's see what she can make of the final boulder of this women's final in Meirigen.
She'll understand what she has to do here. She will have figured it out. Kicking off the wall like the route setters intended. Now, we know Stasha's had knee injuries in the past. This
Second thought, you can only focus on getting there, doing the move. It's very difficult to manage.
Stasha locks it in. If she gets to the zone in 5 attempts, she will move up the leaderboard. Different pair of shoes once again for Stasha, switching between stiff and soft.
Whoa! She balanced the point between all the different betas that she knows is possible, but she has to pick one and go with it. And now she's very tired. Not sticking that swing. She's already done it 5 times in the last minute. Not easy to keep going, making those hard swings, but fantastic.
Remember the move, because it's been a while, remember, since these athletes saw these routes. They had 2 minutes observation time on it earlier, but it was a while ago now, over an hour.
I'm excited to see what Oriane makes of this.
Oh, the toe hook there.
Very nice there. Big swing, but sticks it okay.
Oriane needing the zone for the bronze medal.
Doesn't quite match on the... Really taking a moment to compose herself. She knows there's a lot to go on. You need a clear head to go through these movements.
Gets that toe hook again, unique to her, the way she's read that sequence. But I'm not sure it's necessarily helping her, because the problem is getting that toe in, you then have to
add a bit of a smile, but she also knows she hasn't got much time left.
This could be it for Oriane. Comes up again, the toe hook. Sticks the swing once more. Now she's got the drop down move to come. Creates a little bit of momentum. Holds it for a half, a tantalizing second. Head in her hands. She knows how close that was, and 8 seconds to go. It won't be enough as Oriane disappears behind our cheering crowd. She should be happy with herself for that. That's kicked off her competition season with a bang in a 4th place. We're with Danan Murky here in the commentary box. What an evening we're having. Privileged to watch these guys throwing themselves at the wall. 2 athletes to go.
2 athletes to go in such an intense competition. And I'm very excited because we have not seen this boulder top yet. Natalia Grossman cruising through these first moves. Not a bother for her. Absolute power there. Now let's see, can she make the jump? Yes!
First time. How do you spot that first time? Natalia on for the flash attempt.
Grabs it with perfect precision. Now coming through. The top match is exceptionally intense. The shoulder Gaston is slopey. Can she get that left foot up? She does and makes the match. Amazing effort from Natalia Grossman.
A flash for her. Made it look effortless. Spotted the drop down move, the catch around the corner. We know this boulder is climbable. We know it's flashable. Can Janja put it all together? 91% tops. Look at that statistic.
Look at that left arm there. It did not have a bother. It was holding every point. Now for the swing. Cruising it, stepping through, not a bother. Janja takes a second to slow down. You're not running anymore. You've got to be static for this finish.
Well, this is a victory lap for her. And she's going to finish things off in style. Matches the top. Her first gold medal of the season. Janja Garnbret, 4 out of 4. Wipes a tear from her eye. Wonderful to see that emotion from her.
Amazing. After being so dominant, she still has passion like that for the sport.
That meant a lot to her, you can tell. Waves to the crowd.
Oh, wow, she is very excited, very much on her. That can just sort of summarize her entire show tonight.
Second final ever, and she walks away with her first medal. Soaking up the silver for her. Natalia, an all-round athlete, just as good as Lead. We will be seeing her in many more finals as the one to beat for the rest of the season. Waves to the crowd. She stands in that familiar first place position. She's presented with the flowers. Arms. They are competitors, but they are friends. One of the things that makes our sport so wonderful to watch. And Yanya throws the flower out to the audience. In fact, they all do. Someone lucky